What's going on, everyone? Mellow Hosh here, back with another video. This is actually the video I mentioned in my other video of me dyeing my hair. So I'm gonna upload that first, so it can be in chronological order. Yeah, if that makes sense. But yeah. So this is gonna be one of my first reviews video about a movie. All right, particularly talking about Candyman. All right, this might just be the only movie that I might do a review of. So yeah, let's welcome Jayla to the channel. No last name, everybody, but yeah, she's here, and we about to get into this review. So. Spoilers alert. You already know. Alright? Spoilers. Alright? So, if y'all didn't already watch the movie, I suggest y'all do it just like any other channel would if y'all trying to look up a review. But, you know, if y'all one of those people who can watch stuff like this and still enjoy the movie, then kudos to you. I know I'm kind of that person depending on the movie also. So, yeah. How you feel about that? Like, as you a person who...
I'll still watch it. Like, even if I get a spoiler, I'm gonna definitely watch it. I'm gonna be mad, but I'm gonna watch it
though. Respect. At least you
but I really wouldn't watch something that says, like, spoiler alert, though. Like, I do shit on accident.
Okay. What do you mean by that, though?
Like, if I'm watching this video, like, I sometimes... Or when I'm on Facebook or something, I hate when, like, something's, like,
just there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anywho, we're gonna do this in a type of order. So first part of this video, we're gonna just emphasize on just a general perspective or a general critique or criticize it. You know, as if we are critics and we give it a rating. I mean, not rating, but we give those little like summary best movie of the year type shit. Yeah, we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna kick it up a notch in part 2, which is a hyper analytical mindset about this movie. Because I get J-Love to go first, because she is the lady, so it's just out of respect.
I think you should go
first. She challenging my manners.
Yeah, I think you should. I think it should be you.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Finesse is strong. I like that, but I'm gonna just go anyway.
Yeah.
But so we watched Candyman, right? Yesterday night, and my general opinion, just like viewing the movie now, just to give you all like a brief correction, real quick, we did not catch the immediate intro. I think we don't know the approximate time. Probably 5 minutes though.
Yeah.
Probably 5 minutes we missed of the movie because we getting snacks and got there a little late. But I don't think we missed anything past 10 minutes of the initial intro. So it was still in that phase of like, this is, you know, the protagonist. You know, it wasn't too much we missed, if y'all get what I'm saying. So, we started from there, and throughout the movie, now mind you, it's supposed to be a scary movie, okay? Scary. Horror, suspension, and well, I guess there's level 2 horror, right? And this was a very level 2. And what I mean by that is it wasn't a level 1 as if like kids can watch it. Teenagers, which was actually there, teenagers to any adult above that. And I would say 14 up, 13, 12, 11 at that. Like,
so what's the like highest level?
I'm trying to go with the flow and make shit up as I go.
Oh, okay.
Trying to make it sound good.
That's not bad.
Yeah, because I never did all this level stuff. But oh yeah, now that she mentioned that, I'm big into horror, but I'm not like, I get nightmares. I have one of those minds that just grasp it and believe it and imagine it. So, you know, I was very sketchy about seeing this movie. But again, this is a level 2, so it was very It's a movie you can look at throughout. Not crazy jump scares that will like give you nightmares at all. It's not none you should cover your eyes and like, oh my god, it's about to get crazy. I mean, I thought about it. As she know, I'm like, I might cover my eyes. But it wasn't really nothing big like I watched in the past or other horror movies that I had to be like, you know what, this shit about to get crazy. So you got to keep that in mind. The story plot was actually really good. But it was also one of those story plots that didn't have a great plot twist. It didn't really have much of a twist. It was very one-dimensional, like you know where this is going, to be honest. They had room for a plot twist, but they didn't go that route, which is okay. You don't always have to have a plot twist. I'm talking about the protagonist.
I'm saying like the room for a plot. So you talking about what with the wife? Because I was confused with that. His girlfriend or whatever, and her backstory.
Yeah.
I feel like that ain't going on.
Yeah, that's keep that in mind. I think that's a hyper analytical point right there because you're right about that. But yeah, it was very straightforward. You kind of knew that the protagonist is gonna get doomed from the start, especially how they gave you signs that this nigga did not go get checked up after the fucking swell. Who gets stung by a bee and get swollen like that and don't even call the doctor like, yo. Yeah, it ain't COVID in that universe. It wasn't COVID. That nigga had the whole pre-COVID universe. He chose to not go. That's how you know that nigga was doomed. But yeah, again, the movie was really good. It was a good watch. It's a good watch. Is it worth watching again? Possibly. It's probably in my book worth 2 watches max, and I really don't care to watch it any much more after that. So yeah, we're gonna get Jayla on here and see what she feel about that.
Yeah, I feel the same. It wasn't really scary, like at all. Like I ain't jumped at all. I mean, I got this little skin problem, so when he was picking at his skin and shit, like that bothered me. But other than that, it really wasn't scary at all. It was no jumping moments, as he said already. Like it was nothing. It was something you can watch straight through. I think it was like it was a point to the movie type thing. That's pretty what it was. I don't want to say like how you said it.
Well said. Well said. So okay, I guess we can go into part 2. You know, okay. We can go into the hyper analytical time. Okay, I'm trying to do some edits real quick. I'm gonna edit all this, make it hype. Yeah. All right. So, hyper analytical time. So that means we're gonna nitpick the fuck out of this movie because there's a lot of nitpicking in this movie. Just like a lot of other movies, of course. But this one definitely is a nitpicker. Alright. So, you wanna go?
I'm trying to think. Okay. But that's the first thing that comes to my mind though, the part about the wife, because that what was it? She was a kid and her dad just jumped out the window or something like that.
Very true. So it was a part in the movie where the father, the protagonist's wife, her father committed suicide by jumping off a whatever story high apartment. Now remember, this is based in the New York area, New York City. So yeah, they was in those tall apartment buildings, and he told her something like, "Oh, don't you know I can fly?"
Oh yeah, facts.
Yeah, and he just jumped out the window without no type of substance or a explanation to the reason why. It was just a traumatic flashback she had when she was sleeping, and they never really expanded on that. So, yeah.
Okay. That was my one. We're gonna go back and forth.
Okay. All right. Mine's is the protagonist. Okay, the protagonist. Again, I don't like how that man did not take care of himself. Like
You.
throughout the whole movie. Now, when y'all watch the movie, y'all gonna see that they are very middle class, middle upper class. Like this guy is a extremely exceptional artist. And he have this cliche again, you know, hyper analytical, cliche feminism, you know, that strong black woman. You know, I'm orchestrating and controlling this relationship. Well, not control, but orchestrating and I mean she was making the money, a lot of it. So but she was helping her man out as she should. But y'all gotta see the movie how it's just portrayed. But I think they did a good job. She wasn't extreme at all. It's just some points it just felt like, okay, where's this going with her? She like that, but she was basically promoting him and pitting him on to connects, indirectly promoting herself and trying to reach a higher status in her career. So, but just that being said, them like having that type of upper class, nice house, good finances, and a very decent looking relationship, this man got stung by a bee. And over the course of days, not even like weeks or months, this man fucking hand went straight black and all moldy, and he started to lose nerves and feelings. Yeah, his fucking fingernails, like mid towards end of the movie, his fucking fingernails were peeling off. Like this man, he basically had a dead ass hand, which kind of like manifested into his arm and shit. So I did not like that, and they didn't really give no reference or any description of why or any explanation. The nigga just didn't do it.
They was hating on his art in the beginning too. Like I thought it was fire. He had a whole mirror, put the mirror open, and art.
That's true. It had that very cliche that European critic who kind of like get around certain artists who try to promote their type of upbringing and try to express the culture. And she kind of like exploited that and talk about how that's just so normal and you're just another artist who's doing it and all this and that. So she was speaking in that cliche type of uppity type of lifestyle that she don't really fully understand, and she just think that it's just another black man who just trying to follow the trend. So that was another part in there that was just like, okay, that's her. She that type. So.
I don't want to say I liked it, but it was like payback because they didn't karma because they didn't believe in it. So yeah.
Very true. Very true. There was a part where she ended up dying at the end of the day, but we're gonna get back to that in a minute because that was actually pretty interesting. So
Yeah, the other lady too. The one he was talking to when the camera backed up and she was in the window, she get dragged across the thing.
I thought that's what you talking about.
No, the two that was critiquing him like they were like a couple.
No, you talking about that's the critic. I thought that's what you talking about. That's why I'm like
the two people that had sex and then.
Oh yeah, you talking about them? Yeah, they died.
Yeah.
Okay, cause
I don't think she was a critic.
No. I thought when you first brought up a critic and saying how she died. That's why I'm like we're gonna come back to that because he smeared her around. But the first two couples did die because they said that shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was like. I was like, it shouldn't have been.
So that's another thing about the movie is they have little moments that they just insert how Candyman really works, which is good. It's not the best how they implemented it, to be honest. They just like, okay, we're not gonna really put a little like thought into it. It's just we're gonna just give these random people who gonna progress the plot and better show an example of how this worked and just get them to say Candyman, because it just, once y'all watch it, I'm like, okay, they said it like this, like really, that's it. Like, where's this impulsive nature coming in from? Like, it's weird.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused too. I think it's just because I missed the beginning. It's because like how he even started becoming that man. Like he's got something by being the beginning.
Yeah, yeah, yep. We actually just got in at that part. Where he got
I ain't
stung
gonna
by
lie. They were being, trying to steal seats and stuff. So I wasn't really paying attention at first when I first watched it.
Yeah, when we first got in there, it was a little bit before he actually got stung by a bee. But when we were trying to get our last like seats we set in throughout the rest of the movie, that's where he trespassed into the vacant area and he got stung by the bee and he just like left it alone.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Another thing that they implemented in there was a lot of femininity, feminism, and a lot of homosexuality, which was a lot of clichéness too. And not only that they did those things, they still like they had this basic way of still implementing it like as a cycle throughout the movie. Like, don't forget homosexuality and feminism is part of this too. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, take it how you want to take it, but no disrespect to the LGBT, but I wouldn't be surprised if somebody behind the screen was part of the direction that helped, that get this movie to develop, put their thoughts and mindset into it. You get what I'm saying? Because how the story is, it's not really relevant to nowadays. Like, I get if it was, yeah, I can get the LGBT, but the feminism is kind of like, I guess it's still current, but it how they implemented it was kind of old-fashioned-y too. I don't know. I'm trying to make sense of this, but basically they just implemented that, and over certain scenes they still recycled it. Like, yo, this is going on. Like, this it gave off that feeling like, okay, they trying to promote homosexuality and feminism, because there's certain scenes that the protagonist's wife is just trying to achieve a certain status, and her way of escalating up or going vertically up was through this high standard woman who she tried to get introduced to, and she was saying how she want to exploit that her boyfriend art, and the only way you're gonna get to my level is if you you follow along and with what I say, inserting that masculinity, and same thing with the homosexuality. Like, I don't know, was that her brother or friend?
I think so. I think
they look alike.
I think Jackson was his brother.
I think that was, if it was her brother, because the wife and him, they do look alike. I think
it was confirmed. I think I just heard him say it, so I was like, oh, yeah, that's a brother. Could have been a friend, could have been brother. It really don't matter. I mean, he was gay.
Yeah, he was just gay. It don't matter. But they inserted that in there, and just like, putting a lot of homosexual type of spin into it and all that stuff. He didn't play a major part, but he had more than enough screen time than necessary, if you ask me, because a lot of his scenes was really not necessary. The first few, I get it, it's still the beginning. Hopefully he was progressing the plot, but then at certain points, it wasn't even about him. It was more about his sister or friend or whoever she was, the wife. But since, they know each other, they gave him more dialogue and screen time at the same time, when they could have just exited out, did it that way. So that's what I'm saying in the hyper-analytical way. When stuff like that happened, I start to sense it and notice it. I think either he was older or younger. He's seen Candyman kill his sibling.
I'm trying to figure out how he made him Candyman, and why did he why was he the one that saw his arm off, put the hook in his arm? It was awkward. I don't know. Like, why was it him doing that?
Yeah. That is a good question. They didn't really explain, but giving him that dialogue though, or that background and character development, I kind of can see why he did it, even though they didn't give him proper explanation, because he went through so much traumatic shit, and Candyman didn't kill him. I think he was more of a accomplice for Candyman, because Candyman left him alive, possibly knowing that he can one day help him re-manifest himself.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking, like, I'm thinking he's just gonna turn into, like, his arm gonna fall out because he's never go to the hospital, and then he gonna put his shit in there himself or something. But I guess not.
Yeah. I think that's anything else. I think that's about it, everybody. We reaching that type of time. I'm gonna have to do a lot of editing for this.
You know, overall.
Yeah. But overall, I would give Candyman a slight 7 out of 10. One is because it wasn't as scary as it should have been, considering modern times and better writing. 2, lack of development. There was tons of lack of development. 3, too much agenda pushing with the the homosexuality and the feminism. Too much of that, and the European traditional lady who critiqued black culture. A lot of that. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's what make it a 7.
Well, I give it a 5 because it wasn't scary for one. For 2, I don't know. Like, I have clarity now, but before I was confused. So, like, a movie not good if I'm just sitting there confused all the time. So.
And again, not good enough writing. So I feel on that. Like, it could lead to confusion and just like, what the fuck.
I mean, I don't want to say like it goes for all. Like, sometimes you learn differently. You like go back and be like, oh, but I still don't think it was like that good of a movie.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but real quick before we go, Jordan Peele directed this, right? Let me know in the comments if y'all see the references in this movie that he had in his other movies. I just want to mention that, because I don't know if I would have remembered that. But he do have some references from Get Out and Us that he kind of slid as an Easter egg into this movie when it comes to scenery and actions and certain choices and just like how things work out. So yeah, let us know in the comments if y'all noticed that as much as we did, because that was something cool to see, but also kind of unoriginal. But yeah, this is Melahash.
Oh, I'm Jayla. No last name.
Jayla, no last name. And this is Melahash. That's the best y'all gonna get. Thank y'all for watching. Till next time. Peace out. Take care.
We're still alive.